As we all know, there's been a lot of pressure on relationships ever since COVID, and of course the chaos in the streets right now. So we're going to pick up with some of the questions that some people had. In this time, Dr. Young, a lot of people who were in isolation, who are already single, really feel like they're in isolation or isolated. And a lot of them have taken to the dating apps, which could be good, but got to be careful for the people out there looking to take advantage.
If they cannot Zoom, Skype, do Google Chat, or some face-to-face app, FaceTime with you, they are probably full of what the bull left in the barnyard. Second thing, make sure that even if you can chat with this person and get them screen to screen, look at their other social media platforms. Look at LinkedIn, look at things like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and see is the messaging consistent. If you realize that this person is one person over here and another person over there, that may be a huge red flag to you. The other thing is look for connections and bodies of work. What I mean by that is this. If someone were to look me up and they go and say, well, let's see who Dr. Young is, you're going to see some consistency. You're going to see that I have ratings on Google. I have ratings on RateABiz. You'll see that I have published works and videos and things like that on YouTube. Any person, especially a professional, should belong to a registry, a network, or an organization that you can verify their membership, and there should be an image or a picture, because most of these organizations will necessitate licensing, registration, academic laurels, or something like that.
Basically, you can find out whether it's even a real person, because a lot of people are being scammed. And let me just end with this. If they ask you for money and they haven't even met you yet, no. Okay, we're going to go to some questions that some people send in for you. The first one says, how can I fill the role of a wife, mom, teacher, maid, and executive and give 100% all day, every day, without losing myself?
Set some boundaries. You can't say yes to everybody. Let people know that it's just unreasonable for me to pour out and not have anything poured in. The first thing you have to do is love yourself, take time for yourself, and let people know that, hey, I'm just not available for you, because if I'm always available for you, I'm not available for me.
All right, this next one says, kind of related, when the kids are requiring so much time and energy, how can my spouse and I find some quality time with one another? Obviously, if you have kids, there are certain needs that you have to address for sure, but if you forget about each other, what oftentimes happens is you put all this attention on the kids, they grow up, move out, and you're looking at strangers.
So true, Deborah. A big problem with that is part of us have made kids part of our validation system, or even we've let them infringe upon us because we feel like, well, you know, we owe you our lives. No, the heck we don't. You need to teach your children, treat your children for what's appropriate with their age. Now, if you have a child under 3 or 4 years old, of course, you need to be a bit more vigilant and a bit more attentive. You don't want them going and doing something stupid like feeding the dog some cookies or something. But the truth is, when you have a 9-year-old, a 13-year-old, and 11-year-old, it is okay for you to set boundaries, give them responsibilities, give them chores, and then let them know, you know what? Me and your dad, we need some time together. We need to make sure that we can enjoy each other the way that we enjoy you. Being honest, your kids would probably be glad to get you out there as much as you want to get out of theirs. So at the end of the day, it is a better situation when everyone gets their needs met, and for you, again, to establish boundaries so that you can nurture your relationship.
All right, this last question here, and I'm running into this with a lot of people, between friends, between couples. It's how they see things, how they see what's happening right now. So this person says the world is still very much at a standstill in the business world. Would it be wise for my spouse and I to work together on a new project to generate passive income? And then the other question is, my spouse and I don't see eye to eye on what's happening in the world right now, and they're arguing over it. And I guess it comes down to, it's okay to be what you said, be heard. Individuals, you don't both have to always agree on something, but you have to do it in a respectful way.
That is so true, Deborah. I've had situations in my office where people are literally coming in here wanting to get a divorce over political views, over things that are going on in culture that are causing us to really examine what our core values are and what our beliefs look like. So the first thing is, remember, it is okay for someone not to be your twin ideologically. The bigger thing is, this is also a time that we can examine what really matters to me, what's really important to me, and to discuss things that may be sensitive, even at some point critical, to ensure that you are not the person that you were 3 years ago. What I mean by that is this: if you're married, if you've been dating and you've been together for more than 12 months, the person you were 6 months ago is doggone sure not the person you were 6 years ago. It is time to reassess these beliefs, these core values. And then on this business tip, the first thing you need to do is learn how to communicate in your personal relationship or in your social relationships. Get the things on the table that need to be discussed, iron them out. Make sure that there's a consensus in terms of approaches, core values, and what is it that you're doing this for? In other words, what are the reasons, the internal motives and the internal drives that make whatever it is you're considering doing, being it a hobby, flipping houses, some business at home, make sure that there's an alignment in the why, because if you get the why correct, the what will come.
All right, Dr. Young, thank you very much. We're in some seriously troubling times right now, but we have to remember to stop, look at each other, respect each other, and as you said, we all have a right to be heard.
Yes. I love you, girl.
And for more information on Dr. D'Yvonne Young and how to improve your relationships, we have a link on greatdayhouston.com.